I really don't like that, sir. Well, maybe it's not too bad. Let's do this. All right. The night. There we go. The day after Florida State had another embarrassing performance on a football field. Holy cow. What's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media, coming at you live on Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024. Let's talk about Florida State. I'm going to drop the link. I want to see if people want to come on here. If not, that's fine. But we'll drop the link here. What's up, Millis? How you doing, brother? Roll Tide to you. Miss you, man. We gotta try to hit up another game sometime. I'm going to two with I'm going with my parents this Saturday to the USF game, and then, like I've mentioned, I got Iron Bowl tickets for me and my mom to go. So, but good to see you, Millis. I love you, man. Good to see you. So I dropped that StreamYard link. Anyone wants to come on, just try to keep it clean. Try not to cuss and everything. But we got to talk about Florida State. They are just another embarrassment for the ACC. And I think part of it, we could sit here and say, well, they cried all off season instead of trying to practice and everything. Obviously, that um, it's true. They did complain this off season. They practiced. We knew they had fall camp. We knew that they had their spring game and practices and scrimmages. We knew, but the majority of the time they were trying to focus on getting out of their own conference. Then when they couldn't get out, they tried to sue their conference, ultimately leading to DJ coming in as quarterback and then also losing to Georgia Tech, which people made fun of you for, but I think Georgia Tech's going to be a heck of a team this year. I really do. But this Boston College loss last night, inexcusable. Now, Boston College could also be an interesting team, but they got Bill O'Brien as their head coach, and he's never really had much success anywhere he's went, except for an offensive coordinator at the Patriots. I mean, obviously he was with the Patriots and Tom Brady and Belichick, and outside of that, in college, no, no. Not only did you lose 28-13, you lost. Excuse me, you lost by 15 points. A passing touchdown for DJ with an interception. He was 21 of 42. 272 yards isn't bad, though. That's better than Castellanos going 106 yards for two passing touchdowns. He was 10 of 16. But this running back ran almost all over you. Robichaux, what's his name? Kai Robichaux for Boston College had 19 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Trayshawn Ward had 3 receptions and 61 yards with a passing touchdown. And it looked sloppy, honestly, man. It looked really sloppy in regards to Florida State. They just didn't have it together. It was at home, too. It was at home. Now, I get if maybe Boston College would have played this on the road, or at Boston College, I should say. If Florida State had played it on the road, maybe it looks a little different. Oh, well, it's a road game and upsets happen on the road. They were at home and lost by double digits. Mike Norvell did a fantastic job last year with Jordan Travis pre-injury. It fell apart towards the end when they got really upset about missing the playoffs. They go to the Orange Bowl, get blown out by 60 points. Guys go to the NFL. Guys also transfer out. Guys also transfer in. They also got Roydell Williams alongside DJ Uiagalelei. They get Roydell from Alabama. Congrats on that. Thought he was a great running back for us. He hasn't looked too serviceable this time around. How did Boston College win the game? Well, they had more yardage. Number one, they had more first downs. They didn't turn the ball over at all. And they had more time of possession, and they found opportunities to score. They scored 14 points in the second quarter and the third quarter, 2 touchdowns in each of those. They were shut out. It was scoreless in the first and fourth and final quarter. And then Florida State, 14-6 at halftime, 28-13 at the end of the third. You did get a touchdown there. They got a Kentron Poirier 29-yard touchdown on a 5-play drive that went 72 yards. That's not bad. That's a good drive. But what my question for Florida State, why wasn't it consistent in this game? You went into this game with a loss on your record to Georgia Tech in Ireland from week 0. Again, Georgia Tech could be a really good team this year. We got to see it happen. But people laugh at that loss, the field goal and everything. You say, okay, well, Georgia Tech pulls an upset. They look at Boston College. Boston College gets a win. You could say that Boston College is going to be better than Florida State, but you just have to watch Florida State this year. And through 2 games that they both lost, both of them, they have not lived up to any expectations that we had in the preseason. Let me get to the comments. Millis says he's going to the game this Saturday too. I think that's really cool, man. If you still have my number, Millis, text me, man. Hopefully we see each other there. I think that'd be great. Anyway, back to Florida State. I don't see anyone else in the comments. It says we got 3 watching. That's good. Appreciate you. Love you. These teams are winless in the ACC right now. Clemson, who lost to Georgia, Stanford, Virginia Tech, but Florida State at the very bottom, 0-2, and both are conference losses. What's next for the Florida State Seminoles and Mike Norvell? He's not going to get fired after this year. They're not going to lose every game. But if you're sitting there thinking, well, Florida State's got a tough schedule. They absolutely do. Absolutely. And they can make that excuse all they want to. But you got to pick up some wins. You get back-to-back home games. Your next game is Memphis on the 14th. You get this Saturday off because you played last night. But you play Memphis on the 14th. You play Cal at home. You go to SMU. You play Clemson. Let me just pull up their schedule. Please. Please. Let's pull this up. Let's look at this. And again, I'm not trying to be too critical. I know I'm working as a journalist and everything, so I got to be careful how I talk about teams and stuff. I'm not going to sit here and say they got bad players. They don't. In fact, they had one of the more interesting and talented transfer classes, and the recruiting's really good right now. Brought in Roydell and Malik from Alabama, brought in DJ, who did okay at Oregon State, but he just hasn't done much to help his case for maybe the NFL or anything at Florida State. Let me pull this schedule up here. I want you guys in the comments to tell me what you think Florida State's record is going to be, because I'll go ahead and tell you right now. Memphis is a good team. I think they're going to beat Memphis and Cal. I don't know about SMU at the moment. Clemson, oh gosh, that's got to be the battle of the disappointments right there. At least that's at home. We'll come back to it. You're not beating Duke. You're not going to beat Miami. You can forget North Carolina and Notre Dame. By the way, that's a 4-game stretch. You don't have a bye week. You get your bye week this Saturday and after Clemson. After Clemson, you get a bye week. Then you got to go to Duke on Friday, October 18th. You get 8 days, and you got to go to Miami. You play UNC at home, You play Notre Dame in South Bend. Actually, no, you don't. Isn't that neutral site? It's neutral site, isn't it? No, it's in South Bend. Okay. So and it's a night game on NBC. Charleston Southern, got to win that. Florida, gosh, what could their record be going into that Florida game? Who would you take between Clemson and Florida State? And then ultimately looking at Florida State's schedule, who would you like? Who are they going to beat? If I had to predict right now what Florida State's going to look like going forward, could improve, could not improve. Mike Norvell, pretty upset. I don't blame him. I don't even know if it's much of a coaching issue as much as it is a quarterback issue. The question is, does it become a coaching issue? Which actually the answer is yes. But here's the question or statement. It becomes a coaching issue for Florida State if he doesn't do something about his quarterback. That's fair. There's already a spread out for that Notre Dame game. It's 4.5 Notre Dame in South Bend. I could see it being that close. The only thing is, it was close against Georgia Tech. That was in Ireland. You lost by a field goal. The team you really needed to beat was Boston College. I could get that Georgia Tech loss because I'm high on Georgia Tech and Haynes King and everybody over there. That Boston College loss ain't going to look good. 28-13. 15 points at home? Are you kidding me? My gosh.
Pathetic! You are pathetic!
Randy the Plumber speaks facts. He does. Now, anything's possible in college football, but I only say that to an extent. I say any given Saturday. I also say there's games teams should win. Maybe I have once or twice been on the record to say, well, anything's possible. Don't make fun of them for losing. We got to make fun of you for losing 2 games, one of which was at home. One you flew half across the world to get to. And again, we don't know what these teams are going to look like yet. We're still just getting started with the season. That's fair. But Florida State, you got work to do. I'm going to take them to beat Memphis on the 14th. We'll talk about that game as we get closer to it. They're off this Saturday because of Labor Day and everything last night. 11 a.m. kickoff. They're going to beat Memphis. I'm going to say they beat California. SMU, I'm unsure about. Clemson, that could go either way. At Duke and Miami are going to be losses. So that's 4 losses so far. North Carolina, I'll take North. Well, I don't know. I really don't know, man. Dion popping in the chat. What up, Coach Prime? How you doing? Good to see you. You're definitely losing to Notre Dame. Could lose to Florida. God, if you lose to Florida, oh my gosh. I know it's a rivalry game, but come on. Not only did you lose your first 2 games, they were both in conference. You're not making the ACC title. Who's going to make the ACC title? I would take. I don't even know if I'd take Clemson right now. I got to look at the standings. Who's at the top? Who's at the top right now? Let's see this. Georgia Tech and Boston College at the top. Both of them because they beat Florida State. I'm going to take Georgia Tech. And if you give the season some time, I might take Louisville or Miami. Maybe Duke. It's going to be one of these three teams: Duke, Louisville, Miami against Georgia Tech. One of those three against Georgia Tech. These other four teams between them in the standings: Boston College, SMU, Cal. Those three, I should say, they're going to start to lose some games, not look too good, in my opinion. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying that's how I personally feel about the ACC. But y'all, man, Florida State, y'all got a lot of work to do. If you're watching this back and you missed it live, thank you for watching it back. If you're in the comments, we got a few people watching. Love and appreciate you guys. I just don't know, man. Like, I really think Georgia beat the will to play out of Florida State last year in that Orange Bowl, and they haven't been the same since. They've done nothing. Wow. Wow. This is insane, man. I'm recording, by the way, the Unprofessional Sports Show tonight. We're going to premiere that on Thursday. Hopefully, Chess has some insight on Florida State tonight. It will be recorded. Looking forward to it. Chess, if you're watching, I love you, man. Appreciate you. What else is new? What else is new? I did the pick'ems. I don't know what else to talk about. I mean, this is just a rant and rave on Florida State here. Honestly. Let's see if I can find some tweets on Florida State. I want to read what people are saying. By the way, don't forget, I haven't made a banner or anything for this yet. I will be off work on the 19th. Game times are to be announced for some of the games. There are definitely 3 games pending on time slots if they don't overlap that I want to cover. Bama at Tennessee, UGA Texas, Notre Dame Georgia Tech. It could change, but we will have coverage all day for college football that day. We're doing a big marathon, so a couple different streams. Try to get the watch hours up, talk college football with everybody. Let's go. Let's go. What was I doing on Twitter? Oh, let's see what they're saying about this game. Pete Thamel says 26 minutes ago, Boston College's football team just arrived back in the Boston area after plane difficulties per ESPN sources. Instead of coming back last night and arriving around 4 a.m., the travel issues forced them to stay overnight. All right. NFL Hater Watch says FSU this season so far. Cried all offseason about not making the playoffs, started the season ranked top 10, lost to Georgia Tech, 10.5-point favorites, lost to Boston College, 16.5-point favorites, the laughing stock of college football. That's the other thing, too. They were double-digit favorites in both the games. You believe that? And they lost. Double-digit favorites. Holy cow. Millis, what's up, buddy?
I'm driving, so I don't know what the audio is going to be like on this.
We can kind of make out what you're saying.
Well, I'm sorry. I just want to come in and say hello. And so my kids. I'm taking my kids to the games this weekend against USF and that. And
Yeah.
we're gonna be sitting in the same spot for you and I and next week. Say that.
Yeah, it's
And a couple years
your
ago
audio is
with
like really going in and out. So
is it okay? I didn't know if it was gonna work or not. Um,
yeah.
anyhow, I'll get a hold of you sometime between now and the weekend. You have the audio so when you drive it.
Yeah, I got you, man.
I
You still
I
have
was
my phone number? Do you still have my
yeah.
phone number? You can try to
I
call.
I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. But I just wanted to
Yeah,
jump
I
on
can
and
put you on
try.
speaker or something.
I wanted to see if this would work or not, but I guess it's not going with me moving.
Yeah.
I ain't got one of them fancy headsets like Slim's got, and I don't want one. So, all right, I'll go back to the comments. See you, Ballard.
Okay.
Roll Tide.
Wrong tie, buddy. I got that. Yeah. Thank you, Millis. Love you, man. Yeah, just type out what you wanted to say in the comments there for us. Really would appreciate that because the only thing he said so far, he said he's going this Saturday to the game, and um, I don't know where he's sitting, and I got to double check. My mom actually texted me the section we're gonna sit in. I got to see where that's at on the map for the stadium. Let me see. So it's U4 dash CC row 27, Bryant Denny Stadium. Oh, we must be pretty good then. We'll get almost an aerial view, at least looking at it. Let me see. Same section as always. So are you at the section that we were at for the Vandy game then, Millis, at the top? Let me show you which one we're on real quick. At least what it shows here. We'll be about right there for our game this Saturday, which isn't too bad. Um, and then for the Iron Bowl, it's U4PP. Don't make any jokes. Let me show you the should be about right here for the Iron Bowl. Just about. U3C row 26. That can't be too far off from where we're gonna sit, Millis. I would think. Let me look up let me look at Ticketmaster. Or StubHub or something that'll let me view the stadium map. Um Bryant Denny Stadium. Yeah, this is a section right here close to it. I think it's just a different row, but this will be the section for the Iron Bowl when I go with my mom. It'll be U4PP. I don't think it's row 21 though. I'll have to double check that. Actually, let me see. I'll tell you exactly where I'm at the Iron Bowl. I'll tell you exactly where I'm at. Or not. Where's the email? Let me go to. It's on Ticketmaster. Oh wow, they sold today too for the South Florida game. 18 minutes ago. We get someone in the back room here. What's up, Dominic?
I can't believe FSU's starting 0-2.
I know.
I've just been laughing all day about what happened to FSU last night.
They can't do anything. Like they might as well shut the program down.
Literally, they can't do anything. They can't do anything at all, man.
I know.
Like, before the end of the half, they had like 3 wide open opportunities to score a touchdown, and they didn't get any.
I know. Weren't there 3 incompletions, or he probably had a run play in there? I'm sure.
No,
but
there were actually 3 incompletions after 3 opportunities to get a touchdown, and they couldn't.
yeah.
Like, not to mention DJ threw like an interception.
Didn't he throw 2 interceptions last night?
Yes.
How many did he throw against Georgia Tech? Is he already in 2 weeks 4 interceptions? Let me see.
Yes.
No, it says he didn't throw any interceptions on Georgia Tech, but he didn't throw any passing touchdowns, that's for sure.
Literally.
He threw 1 last night and he threw a passing touchdown. So he got his first passing touchdown and his first interception last night.
Yes.
Credit for that, I guess, but their defense too, man. Unless
Their
Boston
defense
College
is
is something
just-
else. Yeah.
Their defense is just awful.
What's up, traveling fools? I see you in there, buddy.
What's up, traveling?
Yeah, it's bad.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. I mean, I have come to the conclusion. Now, DJ wasn't on the team last year. Roydell Williams wasn't on the team last year. They utilized that portal well. They also got Malik Benson from Alabama. So the players that they have this year are not what's broken. I think the coaching style of Mike Norvell is broken, and I think Georgia's to blame for that Orange Bowl, man, because they got beat and they cried about trying to get out of the ACC. They can't get out of the ACC, and they're not focused on trying to get better as a football team.
Yeah, just FSU fans keep crying about getting out of the ACC because that ain't happening anytime soon.
Your team has a better chance. Virginia,
Yes.
they got a better chance of that.
Yeah, and we just beat Richmond like 34-13 on Saturday.
That's good. That's a good win.
Anthony
That was your
Collintrate is a beast.
That was your opener too, right? I don't think
Yes.
you guys didn't play week 0.
We didn't play week 0 at all.
Who do you get this week?
Let
me see.
I think it's Wake Forest on the road. Yes.
Wake Forest on the road.
Yes, Wake Forest on the road in Winston-Salem. That's got to be a tough game.
Oh, yeah.
And Bama's at home against South Florida. That should be another easy win for Bama.
I hope so, because I'm going.
You're gonna go to that game?
My parents got 3 tickets, me, mom, and dad, and then I also got tickets for Mother's Day for my mom for the Iron Bowl at the end of the year. So I won. I told her I won. So
yeah. Speaking of going to sporting events, I just went to the Nats Cubs game this past Friday night.
Who won that one?
Cubs won 7-6.
Sounds like a good game.
Yeah. We were down 7-3 entering the 9th, and we almost came back. I was like, darn. Yeah. I honestly thought Mike Norvell was going to have a good start along with DJ this year, but I was completely mistaken.
I don't know what I expected other than I think we should have known this was coming for Florida State. I think we just underestimated how bad it was going to be. Like, we knew they were going to lose some games, but an 0-2 start is unacceptable.
Literally.
You got to play Florida at the end of the year. You got Clemson coming up. I think they play one of the new teams like SMU, who's no pushover team. So they got to figure something out quick.
Yeah, speaking of SMU, they're at home Friday against BYU.
That's right. That'll be a good matchup.
That'll definitely be good. Yeah, but back to FSU, like, what are they even doing at this point?
I have no idea. I don't think they know what they're doing.
Mike Norvell, I think, has no idea what he's doing with this team.
You know, they also play Notre Dame later in the year in South Bend.
Oh my gosh.
This is your season is like you're done.
Yeah.
I said going into the season, anything's possible. But once you start playing games and you get a feel for the team, you know exactly what games you're going to win or lose, unless it's big-time rivalry games where crazy stuff happens. Like, we don't know if Alabama's going to win that Iron Bowl this year just because they look good. Auburn also looked good. We don't know about the Tennessee game. We don't even know about that Georgia game. But I'm going to tell you what, you start seeing them, if they look bad this week against USF, even if they win, they better buckle up when they go to Madison next week to play Wisconsin, and then they get Georgia. But two games have shown us there is no offense in Tallahassee, Florida right now.
Right.
Two games that they should have won. I get the Georgia Tech loss at first. I'm like, okay, well, Georgia Tech could be Georgia Tech. They could be really, really good this year. Boston College, I'm not buying into Bill O'Brien. I'm just not.
But
if they lose a third game to Memphis, they might as well shut the program down.
But you cannot lie. Bill O'Brien looked good last night.
He did. I'll give him props. He knows his offense, so I mean, they were able to move the ball and everything. I thought Mike Norvell knew offense too, but he went out and got this quarterback, and he's just not productive.
Yeah.
What's up in the comments, Rama Jamma Taylor? Good to see you, buddy.
What's up,
Okay.
Rama Jamma Taylor, my man? How you doing? You and Rama Jamma are like my two favorite Bama fans that I know. You guys are the best.
Yeah, we need to get a Bama show going with him for real, man. We've talked about it. I'll keep in touch with him, but we were supposed to meet up at A-Day this year, and I could never find him because it was so it was crowded. Number one, I went by myself, and he said something about watching like his cousin or something, and I don't know, he was like running all over the place. So
Right.
it didn't work out. We'll have to figure something out for next April for sure.
Right. But did you see what Ole Miss did to Furman? Did you see that?
73 points or something, right? How many points?
73-0.
They shut them out?
Yes.
No, they didn't. Ole Miss
Yeah.
doesn't shut teams out.
Yeah. Oh,
They
they
don't play
did.
defense.
Oh, they did.
They got they got Pete Golding. They don't shut teams out.
Oh, but they did.
They got Pete Golding though, or they're supposed to. I think he's still there.
And Ole Miss is at home, and they got to play Middle Tennessee State.
That's a win.
Yep.
Then
If
they
they
play-
lose
then
to
they-
Middle Tennessee State, oh my gosh.
They won't. But they could lose that Wake Forest game, and I could probably understand that. They
Yeah.
play Wake Forest on the 14th, which will be fun.
Yeah. But also that Arkansas and Oklahoma State, that's going to be one to watch this week.
Yes. In Stillwater.
Yes. Who do you got winning that one? I'm going to go for the Hogs.
I want the Hogs, but if it's based on the past couple of years, if nothing's changed, Oklahoma State can do whatever they want in that one.
I see.
I would take Oklahoma State right now, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Honestly, yeah. This game is in my opinion game of the week. Texas and Michigan.
Yes, game day is going to be there. It's at the Big House. I like Texas 11-1 this year. I just don't know if it's between. I know it's between these two games, but they host Georgia in November and they play at Michigan this weekend. One of those games they're going to lose. They're not going undefeated, but they look really, really good right now. And it's just hard to pick between the two. I would say, because I like them to win at home with Georgia. I really do later in the year. But they got to lose somewhere, and this might be that game. But we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Only because it's the Big House. Teams don't make it out alive.
Right.
Check this out real quick, Dominic and everybody else watching. The bowl predictions are out for CBS Sports. We got to see what this looks like with the new 12-team playoff. They have the first four teams: Georgia, Ohio State, Utah, and Miami. I like that. Those teams waiting in the quarterfinals, the Sugar, the Rose, the Fiesta, and the Peach, all on – well, the Fiesta's on December 31st, but then on New Year's Day you get three of those. Texas and Boise State at Texas. Penn State hosting Notre Dame. Oh, my gosh.
The Ducks
Oregon,
hosting
Iowa.
the Hawkeyes. Quack, quack.
Oh, my God. And then Alabama and Kansas State. Now, they met in the Sugar Bowl a few years ago, but obviously two different teams.
Right.
I would say Alabama could get Kansas State. I would say I don't like James Franklin in a big game. I hope it's Penn State, but I would take the upset with Notre Dame there. I would take Texas. And that Oregon-Iowa game, that's – Ducks still got offense. Iowa's defense, though, It could keep them in the game.
Yeah.
That's a tough. I might go Oregon. So you're pretty much going with the favorites, except for that Notre Dame game. And then
Um,
I don't know which team goes where in the top 4 there, but you would basically have Georgia, Ohio State, Utah, Miami. I'm taking Texas in there. I'm taking Notre Dame, Oregon, and Alabama. And then obviously you'll have your matchups and it'll
Right.
kind of go from there.
I just want to ask you something. What if Boise
Uh,
State upsets Texas at Texas?
It could happen. Anything's possible in the postseason. If Boise State does that, watch out because they could be a playoff dark horse.
Mm-hmm. Actually, during the offseason, I picked them as my dark horse to make the playoffs and get the 12th and final spot, believe it or not.
Okay. I like it. I never did prediction videos for the playoff. I was going to, but at this point, it's kind of like, I mean, I just want to see what everyone else thinks. Some other bowl games out there. Clemson, Illinois could be fun. Even though it says ACC, SEC, they put Illinois only because I guess they got 3 SEC teams in there. So they're replacing them with Illinois. That's another thing, too, that we're not talking about. The playoff taking more teams is going to take away from the bowl tie-ins, and you'll have to replace them with bowl-eligible teams from a different conference. I mean, the
Right.
bowl tie-ins are basically meaningless, aren't they?
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, like this will be fun. West Virginia, Oregon State for the Independence Bowl. That is Big 12 and Pac-12. Look, Pac-12 team makes the Alamo Bowl. They got USC. I don't think they got
Against Kansas?
against Kansas, North Carolina, Maryland, Auburn, and USF. Wow.
In the Birmingham Bowl?
I would go. I want to go check out that Birmingham Bowl this year, man. I want to get tickets to something like that. Auburn in that game, I'd watch them.
Let's see.
What are some other ones? Wake Forest, Tulane could be good.
Yep.
Wisconsin, Ohio. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. Wyoming and Jacksonville State of the Hawaii Bowl. That'll be good.
What's that plus sign by? Oklahoma's a replacement team.
Yes.
For who? For who?
I don't know.
Is someone ineligible?
I don't know.
They play TCU in the Liberty Bowl according to projections.
Projections don't think UVA is going to make a bowl game. Yeah, watch what happens.
Jerry Palm, by the way, put this out.
All right, Jerry. Keep sleeping on us and watch what happens.
They got Nebraska in the ReliaQuest Bowl with A&M. That'll be fun.
Ooh. And let's see. They got Kentucky and Arizona in the Las Vegas Bowl. Ooh.
And that's another one there. Big Ten versus Pac-12. Why is an SEC team replacing the Big Ten? We got to know. It's like I think they might have made a typo because they put a Big Ten instead of SEC here,
Right.
and then right here they put a SEC instead of Big Ten. Probably because they don't want Kentucky and Clemson to face again.
Probably, but Boston College
think
and
it'll
Washington in the Holiday Bowl.
Interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
New coaches.
Northern Illinois and Marshall. Okay.
Connecticut, UConn. Ooh.
Against EMU in the
And the Camellia Bowl.
Yep, that'll be good.
That's over in Montgomery.
Yep.
I like this. I like it.
Mhm.
For real.
Also, did you see what happened to Texas Tech?
Maybe.
They almost lost to an FCS team, 52-51 in overtime.
Yes. Yes, I saw that. I saw that.
They almost lost to an FCS team in overtime. Are you kidding?
Ed.
Was it Abilene Christian or something like that?
Probably.
Let me see.
Texas Tech, you said?
Yes, Texas Tech and Abilene Christian. That was the game.
What day? Was it Friday or was it Saturday?
It was Saturday. I need I mentioned Texas Tech was
50, yeah, Abilene Christian, 52-51 in overtime.
not to mention Texas Tech was the home team.
I know. What are some other teams we can make fun of? Let's see.
Let's see here. What other teams can we make fun of? Oh yeah. Oregon State won their game. No surprise there. It was an FCS team.
LSU lost to USC. I'm surprised that wasn't more points on Sunday.
27-20.
I honestly thought we would get in the 40s with both of those teams. I looked at that game. I said there's no defense on that field, but man, did they have some good defense, especially
Virginia Tech lost to Vanderbilt
in overtime on the road. But Kyron Jones was still the lead passer too.
Yeah. That's UVA's rival, isn't it? Virginia Tech?
Yeah. How does Oklahoma State, how did they give up 20 to South Dakota State, man?
I don't know, man, but
crazy.
Thank you, Vandy, for beating Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
Take that, Virginia Tech. You lost to Vanderbilt on the road. Oh, jeez. How did Florida lose to Miami 41-17?
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to do a quick stream talking Florida State, man. I think they're dead right now. I mean, you don't start 0-2 if you're Florida State, a team that made a New Year's Six last year. They're just they're in a rebuild year, I guess.
Yes, they are. Also, did you see what happened to Oregon?
Huh?
Did you see what happened to the Ducks on Saturday? Oh my God!
No.
They gave up 14 points to Idaho.
I don't think Idaho's. When's the last time they were relevant?
Literally.
Ever?
I don't know.
How many did they score, though? How many did they score without Bo Nix?
24, and gave up 14 to an FCS team in Idaho.
Did they really only win by 10?
Yes.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you teams, man?
What is going on?
What is wrong with you? Oh my God.
Oregon, reference incoming. Oregon, you are pathetic. Did you get that reference?
Yeah. I got you. Anyway, I got to run, man. Hey, Dominic, thanks for coming on, buddy. You're welcome anytime.
No problem, man.
We'll see you.
See ya.
All right, I got to run. I just wanted to come on and talk about Florida State for a bit. And again, being a professional and a sports journalist, like I'm not trying to make fun, but come on. Sometimes you got to call it what it is. If a team looks terrible, you have every right to talk about it. That's what I'm doing. As you see by the title. Up there? Yeah. Let's talk about Florida State. we talked about Florida State. They are not making the playoffs yet again. And you can't say this year, well, the committee screwed us and kept us out. You didn't look good. You didn't look good. So anyway, I love each and every one of you. Stay tuned here at Ballard Sports Media for more sports content. Ballard Sports Media, check it out. We'll see. See you.